I've got a really important question for you guys. Do you ever experience anxiety or stress or just negative thoughts about fear things that are going to happen on Monday, just thoughts around Monday? If you've ever experienced that, this one's for you. So that quiet voice in the background, dreading Monday morning, there's a reason some days feel like you basically just live through this hurricane in your mind. And I can promise you, it's not random. And you're not the only one. You're not alone at this. That's what happens when you're living out of alignment with who you're supposed to be. Every person alive wrestles with these 5 questions. And this is what's going to clear all this up for each and every one of us. It's exactly the same for all of us, but most of us never actually take the time to figure out what the truth is for this. So those 5 questions are as followed. Number 1, who am I? 2, where did we come from? 3, why are we here? 4, what am I capable of? 5, where are we going? What's the future look like? If you do not answer those questions, life will get chaotic. And the really bad part about it is a lot of the people that live with you or closest to you, those are the ones that are going to suffer because you've got this grief, you've got just all these negative emotions that are pouring out of you with every response. Now, there's several really powerful stories that happen in the Bible, testimonies that happen in the Bible that I want to share with you to illustrate how you're not only the only one, or not the only one rather, but when we can see how God used these people, it becomes very clear that you can be used for the same thing as well. Now, let's take a look at Moses. Most of you have heard of him. This guy killed someone and then runs into the desert to hide. But yet God used him to stand in front of Pharaoh and led millions out of slavery. Now, I just want to pause for a second. If I ever needed to hide for any sort of reason, why on earth would you go into the desert? Makes no sense to me. Maybe it's because they didn't have the satellite imagery that back then like we have now. Seems like to me it wouldn't be too hard to find someone in the desert, but hey, that's just me. David was completely overlooked. He was a shepherd's kid. God turned him into a king and used him to beat Goliath when there were trained hundreds, if not thousands, of trained soldiers who were terrified to fight this guy. And God used David. Peter denies Jesus 3 times. Later, he stands up and preaches to thousands and led them to know Christ. Paul hunts Christians. Then God used him to write most of the New Testament. Look, none of these people look even remotely qualified in the least bit. In fact, if God would have taken a poll and get everybody's opinion, everybody would have said God is nuts for using these people. But the reality is, every one of us has experienced seasons like this, including myself. Moments where I just completely question, what are we building? What are we doing? Are we just repeating the same week over and over again? And on Sunday, we're just living in this storm and this fear of what's going to come on Monday. Every time that I experience this, I go back to the basics, back to the foundation, meaning that I have to go back to God. And every single time I do, He doesn't cancel the assignment. He doesn't get frustrated with me. He corrects me, gives me clarity. And that's when I learned the truth will bring clarity every single time. When you know you're supposed to build something, you're going to stop drifting. When you know who you are, you're going to stop playing small. So if your mind feels like you're in a storm right now, maybe today you're just cruising on autopilot because it's Monday or whatever day it is you end up watching this, you're busy. But it's the times when you get quiet, things slow down, things may feel chaotic. But when you get yourself realigned, you're going to realize you might just be here to do something much bigger. Go back to God, ask Him who you are and what you're supposed to build. Then apply action to the faith, and I promise you, from my own experience, you're going to see miracles begin to happen. You're going to look back 6, 8, 12 months from now, and you're going to see all these milestones, and it's just going to blow you away. Thanks for watching. Love you.